Hey, hey, good morning. Welcome to another Move Sesh. How are you? Say hi as you're joining me. Today we're going to do a combination of legs. I got some leg stuff I want to do today. I know we did legs yesterday. And some back work. And probably that's all we'll get done today. Hey, buddy. Good morning. All right, let's get started. Beautiful day, another beautiful day. Starting out with some nice gentle twists. So pay attention as you're doing this to how does your spine feel? Does it feel loose and limber, or does it feel tight and compressed and stuck? Mine's a little bit tight and compressed and stuck today on the right side. As we're warming up, be mindful and just notice kind of where you're feeling anything in the body, right? Any tightness, any compressiveness, any compressiveness. I don't know if that's even a word, but any compression is what I'm saying. Like anything that's feeling sort of stuck or just tight or immobile, right? Just pay attention to that and move at a rate that feels good to your body. So don't force movement, don't force mobility, don't force range of motion as your body is warming up, especially if it's cool in the space that you're working out in or cold. You know, in the winter months, we need to spend a little bit more due diligence with the warm up, and luckily where I am right now, we're experiencing kind of a little bit of last remnants of summer, but still, especially if you're middle-aged like I am and like many of us are, of you folks who join me. Oh my gosh, how many times have I done this warm-up? And I'm losing my mind here. What am I trying to say? Take the warm-up at your pace, take the warm-up at your level. You're going to notice that we're going to increase the intensity slowly as we go through the warm-up, but you may want to keep it at this level right here, where we're not doing any jumping, we're not doing high intensity. If that's the right level for you, if you're just getting started, if you're a beginner, or you're re-entering the world of working out, it's really important, especially in the warm-up, to take things at your pace, at your level. You know, maybe you're just coming back from being sick, maybe you're just coming back from, you know, some time off, some recover time, whatever it is. I think the important thing is to know we're not trying to do all of the work in one workout, right? We're not trying to achieve all of our goals with one 45-minute session. We're trying to string together, right, a whole bunch of efforts to result in, you know, the goals that we're after, right? So important to remember that you don't have to achieve everything in one session, that you're trying to just do little efforts daily. And actually that's a great segue into my challenge that I issued on yesterday's workout. If you weren't here for that, I called it 313, and it's something that I'm doing personally in my life, so I thought I would share it with you because maybe it would be helpful to you in your life. I call it 313 because I'm choosing 3 things to focus on daily. Little things, just little nuanced things. Nuance is probably not the right. Okay, so I'm gonna add a hop now. Remember, you don't have to add a hop, you can keep this at low impact, no impact. So I'm choosing 3 small, insignificant, put air quotes around that word, actions that I'm going to commit to daily, once per day, minimum, for the next 3 months. So perhaps, you know, if you're looking at, maybe you want to build more upper body strength, you know, so maybe you want to do 10 bicep curls, 10 tricep extensions, and 10 push-ups daily. for the rest of the year, for the next 3 months. Right, that's 3 things. How long is it going to take you to do basically 30 reps? Less than 5 minutes. If you can spare 3 to 5 minutes a day for 3 months, where could you be come the end of the year, right? It could be a 30-second plank, 20 bicycles, and I love my push-ups, 10 push-ups, right? Now that doesn't mean you only have to do that. You can do more. So one of the things that I like to do is, periodically through the day, just drop and do 10 push-ups. Or I come in here and I do a few pull-ups. That's my goal. I want to get back to my pull-ups. At the beginning of the year, I'm pointing here because I have a squat rack. At the beginning of the year, I started playing around with pull-ups. I think pull-ups and push-ups are 2 of the best things you can do to build real solid strength. They're not easy, are they? They're both pretty hard for most people. Even big, burly, gym guys will struggle with pull-ups and push-ups, right? They're hard for everybody, but they're kind of a true sign of strength in my mind. And so I thought if I just do as many as I can daily, that's going to compound. So when I first started doing the pull-ups, I could do, I don't know, maybe 1 the first day, maybe 3. So I would just come in here and do 3 pull-ups. And then, I would do that periodically through the day. I would just I'm in my garage, pop into my garage, do a few pull-ups, and in no time at all, that 3 grew to 5 to 6 to 7, eventually to 10, and I think by March I was doing 15, right? And that was just from doing a couple a day, and I would do, I thought if I could do 3 pull-ups, and I could do that 5 times a day, right? It takes seconds to do, right? I don't have to do them all at once. Push-ups, maybe you can do 2 push-ups right now, maybe you can do 1, and you do that 5 times. You've done 5 push-ups for the day, and that will very quickly grow to 10, 15, 20, 25. And so these little tiny things that we do, I've read posts. I've been meaning to sort of share this perspective with the world. I read posts from personal trainers who say that in order to achieve your goals, you need a well-structured, thought-out, planned program that is done by a professional who can periodize it and incrementally increase your everything's right. It needs to be planned. When you step into the gym, you need to have a plan. You need to know what you're doing. And I think, yes, this is important if you're training for something specific. If you're training to run a marathon, you need to have a plan. You don't just go and run whatever you feel like it, whenever you feel like it. If you are, entering a fitness competition, like you have a specific goal. That's totally different. But if your goal is to live a better life because you are stronger, fitter, more mobile, your goal is to just create body strength, right? And your goal is to enjoy the benefits from being strong, which are many, many, many. If you're aging, you want to slow down the aging process. Strength training will do that for you, right? If you want to enjoy a quality of life for longer, being strong will do that for you, right? And so if that's your goal, or maybe you're like me, you're a runner, and you just want a stronger body for your sport, or maybe you just want to get through life with a stronger body, right? So if that's your goal, I disagree. I don't think you need to have a structured, strategic, planned-out program. I think we overthink it. I think what you need to do is on a daily basis, you need to lift up things that are heavy and then you need to put them down. And that is the bottom line. So if you have a gym or if you have a space in your house where you have workout equipment, if you go down there, or even simpler, I keep a few things in my living room and you're watching TV and you're picking stuff up and you're putting it down and you're lifting things, with good form, of course, because you don't want to lift up heavy things with bad form, then you're gonna like pull something, especially when you're middle-aged, right? Okay, we are going to start and put my lid on properly. We're gonna start with some leg stuff. We're gonna do timed today. We're gonna do 30-second sets today. 10 seconds abreast. That is what we're gonna do. All right, now we're gonna do a set. I'm grabbing my yellow and my purple. I don't think I can do this with my purple, but I might try. But we'll start with the yellow. Okay, so we're gonna do now you can do this with 2 weights, and if you're new, I'm gonna recommend doing this with 2 weights. In fact, you know what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a first set with 2 weights. I'm making this up as I go on here. Okay, I lied. We're gonna do our first set with, okay, you have some options here. I wanna show you what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be doing a row and a deadlift. Row and a deadlift. Okay? So you can do this with 2 weights, row, deadlift, or you can do it with 1 weight. Oh, feeling the heat already. I turn on my fan, but it's so stinking loud. All right. So the next couple sets, we're gonna do the same thing, but we're gonna do it with 1 weight. So be ready. You're gonna need a couple of different weights. If you're new, go really, really light with this particular set. So we're gonna start it with the green, and I'm gonna go to the yellow. Okay, ready? Okay, so you're lifting with the back and deadlifting with the legs. The weight is between your feet. You'll notice it's between my feet, not out in front of me. And I want you to make sure that your back is slightly arched and your chest is out. Okay, we're almost there for this set. Okay, putting that weight down, you're gonna go lighter with this one, because what we're gonna do is one side. Okay, so deadlifting with one side, rowing. Make sure, again, go light to start on this, because you really want to focus on nice, even back. Screw that one up. Row. Definitely not using the purple for this one. Whew. Okay, now we're going to do the other side. So again, remember that the weight initially was in between your legs, feet. Now it's still row, deadlift. It's still beside your feet, deadlift, row, oh, I can't talk during this one, I'm so sorry. I'm concentrating on form as well. Okay, and then we're going to finish that set with shoulder raises. Okay, shoulder raises and to the side. My heart rate is up, raising, raising, to the side. Now, if you're paying attention, alternate which arm you start with. Okay, so we are rested now. That was quite a set. I am already feeling that. Where was I? What was I talking about? We need to do a good substantial rest after that set. Strength training, oh, like the benefits of strength training. There are many, really, honestly. In my mind, strength training builds us up, life tears us down. Now, if you're not doing any strength training in your life, then all you're doing is breaking yourself down, tearing yourself down all the time, right? Like, we're torn down via stress, via, questionable diet, via, just life in general, experiences, moving through life as we age, our bodies are breaking down. Okay, we're going after this, the next spell, we're going back. You want to build a body that is strong. Now, you also want to give back to your mind, right? But just, I'm saying, like, in general, like life, the things that we're doing are tearing us down. How are we building ourselves back up in between tear downs, right? So, like, I always like to use the analogy, okay, get ready, we're going in 5 seconds, of a car. You drive your car, you drive your car, you drive your car. When your car's brand new, you don't need to do a lot with it. But as your car ages and you use it, oops, I'm supposed to be rowing in between. You have that wear and tear on the car. You have to do more to maintain it and keep it healthy, right? Well, it's the same with our bodies. So as we age, we tear it down through our childhood, teenage years, 20s. At some point, you've got to do something to build it back up again, right? And so if you're in your middle life age years and you're experiencing kind of that breakdown, essentially, right? Where your body's like screaming out for some love and attention and some self-care, right? What are you doing for it? Strength training isn't the only thing, but I think it's one of the most important things. Okay, that's it for that side. Oh. I don't know. I was thinking of pulling that purple out. Row and deadlift. Row. Remember, you want to keep that butt cocked and that chest up. So if that means you have to drop to a lighter weight, you need to do that, because otherwise you're going to put out your back, and we don't want that. We're building ourselves up in here. Not to say we don't break our muscles down a bit at the same time. We do. But it's in a different way, in my opinion. Okay, so I'm lifting with my left, lifting with my right, and then both. Now, I start with my right, start with my left. I lost track of what I was starting with. I'm feeling the effects of those last 2 sets that we did. All right, we're resting now. So anyways, what was my point? My point was something to do with strength training. Why strength training is important. Oh, here's the bottom line. Like, your body needs to be subjected to the lifting and the putting down of heavy things. So if you come in here, if I come in here and I just grab my bar and I do a bunch of squats, is that not effective because I didn't do it in a planned, strategic, structured way? I don't think that's the case. So what I'm kind of encouraging you to think about is, can you intermittently through the day grab something to lift up and do something with it, right? So maybe, so I keep a few things in my living room. I keep a 20-pound weight so that I can grab it and do some core work. I can grab it and do, you know, usually it's core work, there's nothing else. You could keep a set of dumbbells in your living room and you grab them and you do some bicep curls. If arms are your problem area that you really want to work on or you want to build strength, you know, you can drop anywhere, anytime and do push-ups. Making a regular habit of these throughout your day and your life is most certainly going to impact the strength of your body as much, if not, I would argue more, than a structured workout program. Because a structured workout program, sometimes we fall off that, right? Sometimes the discipline kind of escapes us, motivation escapes us, or life happens. You know, if you're in the habit of dropping and doing push-ups at any given time, oh boy. Okay. Row, deadlift, row, deadlift. Anyway, that's my little story for you guys today. But 313 is kind of about those things, is about incorporating things into your day that really don't require a lot of forethought and planning, or time and energy to execute. They're easily done. They're just as easily not done. The goal is to do them, to commit to 3 things. They're easily done, but just as easily not done. And letting the magic of compound interest happen while you seemingly think you're not really doing much to affect change, right? That's the magic of it. Oh, goodness. One more. Thank God those are done. Those were hard for me today. Shoulder raise, shoulder raise. Keeping that core pulled in, keeping that spine nice and long. The other thing that's really important, I think, is, you know, the self-care component, which just taking a few minutes, and again, this does not have to be long. You could actually literally do this while you're driving. Is you, I don't want to say meditate, you know, because you don't want to completely check out while you're driving, but you most certainly could. I'm going to put this green away. I don't think I'm going to be using that again today. Okay, I'm grabbing my step because I said we were doing a combo of legs and upper today, and we are. And so we're going to do split squats next. Why? Because I hate them. And usually if we hate something, it's something we need to do more of. So we're going to do split squats. Now I learned something that if you want to focus on your quad strength and building up your quads, you're going to hold the weight on the same side, the same leg. And if you want to focus more on the glute, and so what are we going to do? We're going to do both, right? We're going to do a bit of both. So we're going to start out and see how many sets I can get through. We're going to alternate back and forth, potentially for 8 sets, so that we're doing 4 on each side. 2 of each, so 2 quad, 2 glute targeted. Let's see how this goes. If my legs, you know, kind of crap out halfway through, I might abort mission, but that's not the plan. Okay, but I am going to give myself the option of a lighter weight. I'm going to start with the yellow though. Okay, so we're going to start glute focus, which means that we're going to have the weight on the opposite arm. Decide which push this back. You do want to step out from whatever you're lifting. Now, you might not have a step, but you can use a stair. The shorter, the more shallow the step is that you're using, you know, the easier, quote unquote, it's going to be. So holding your weight on, let's see if we can feel the difference. Holding your weight on the opposite arm to the one that's doing the squatting is going to target your glutes. And boy, yes, I am 100% feeling that. We're going to switch sides. I don't know if I'm getting through 8 sets of these. We're going to try. You can always drop the weight. You can drop the weight altogether, in fact. These are one of those exercises that you can quite confidently do without a weight and know that you're doing some work. I'm going to try to get through a couple more sets, and then I'm going to go down lighter because this is really heavy. Okay, 5 more seconds. 1 more. Okay, no more. Okay. Now we're going to keep it on the same side. So you'll notice I'm holding the weight on the same side now. Now this, I read, targets more of the quad. If you have trouble with your knees, you might want to keep it on the opposite side, because anytime you're working the quads, it can sometimes aggravate. That's all I got. That's all I got. It's okay. We're going heavier with a longer rest. This will put us halfway through the set. I think what I'm going to do is take a longer break in between going into the next round. We will do our 8 sets, but we're going to take a rest. Okay, we've got 10 seconds left. Okay, that's all I got. I got further on that set than, oh my goodness. I'm feeling that all over the place right now. Right here. Whew. Okay, we're gonna take a nice long rest. We're gonna bring our heart rates down. We're gonna go back to doing another round of those. The other things we gotta do today is we gotta do our Copenhagens. I'm committed to those once a week. Picking up the leaves from my garage, walking it off. Those ones got me. Anyone else feeling those pretty hardcore? Okay, so getting ready, 30 more seconds, and we are going into opposite leg first. And then, opposite arm to opposite leg. Look at me, I'm going back for the yellow. See, I took a rest instead of dropping down the weight. So, you know, you could go either way. You could drop, or you could do both. If you think you need to drop the weight as well. Form is most important. We want good form. Okay, getting ready, we're starting. Okay, we got this, you guys. This is gonna, okay, so making sure your chest is out, your knee is not tracking over your toes, so I can see my toes ahead of my knee the whole time. One more. Maybe not. These are good quality ones today. I leave tomorrow to head to Quebec, to Tremblant, for my second women's hiking adventure retreat. And so I'm making this workout really count today. had actually planned on doing some lifting afterwards, and I think I'm going to abort that. Because quite frankly, okay, we're same side now. Pulling that core in too. This is going to work like really a lot of muscles going on. That's it. That is it for that side on this exercise. I'm personally really feeling this in my lower back. If you are in a bad kind of way, lighten up the weight, or switch to a different exercise. This is an alternative too. All right, that is it. Whew. Yeah, I'm really feeling it right here. And let me know if you are too. We don't want that in a negative way. It is always great to build up the lower back though. So we're going to do some rows next. Leaning rows. So that'll take some of the stress off of your lower back. So you can lean on, a chair. You can lean on a table if you have a table. You just want to take the stress off of your lower back. Stretching here for a quick second. Okay. We're going to give it a 30 more second rest, and we're going into rows. And we're going to alternate back and forth for 3 rounds per side. I'm actually going to raise this a little bit more. So 313, I know some of you said, yep, you're planning on taking that challenge that I issued. Okay, ready? I'd love to know what you came up with. Okay, what we're going to do, I'm changing this a little bit, we're going to do sets of 10. So I just did 10 rows. We're going to give it a rest, and then wait for the buzzer to go. We're going to do 10 on the other side. So we're going to alternate sets of 10 each side instead of using the timer. Okay, so 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. That actually feels really good on the back, because just the different positioning. I'm going to the other side. I'd love to know what you're committing to. What are your 3 things you're going to commit to from now till the end of the year? So until December 31st, you're going to do these 3 things every single day. What's your goal? Where are you wanting to improve in your life? Are you wanting to improve diet? Are you wanting to improve strength? Maybe you need mobility or stretching. Maybe you need more in terms of self-care, right? Like, so some self-care ideas would be, a 5-minute walk outside, no matter what. That could get interesting in November, December. But I run all year round outside, and I'm telling you, fresh air and outdoor exposure are, you know, I think one of the best things for our mental health. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. So perhaps you're going to commit to something like, this is our third round. Outdoor activity, maybe 10 minutes of reading per day, a self-development book, or 5 minutes even. Make it short, make it doable. Even if you come home at midnight from driving your kids around and you just want to hit the sack, right? But you got to read your pages first. Okay, let's do one more because I wasn't counting. Oh, I can just tell because I can't lift it anymore. You know, nutritionally, maybe it's something like, you know, green tea before bed is a great little tip. That's my challenge in my wellness group this month. A cup of green tea with lemon before bed. Great for your digestion. Supposedly helps your metabolism. Eight, 9, last one, 10. Oh, goodness. Okay, the goal is to get to doing those with the purple. That is the goal. All right, we're going to do our Copenhagen's. So we want to make sure we don't run out of time for those. Right? We don't want to run out of time for our Copenhagen's. Okay, so input this over here. We might use these if we have time, because we might finish with 747s. Okay, I'm using the Bosu ball. You don't need a Bosu ball, you can just use the ground. I'm stepping up my Copenhagen game. My son was doing Copenhagen's at his baseball facility yesterday, and they have a new strength and conditioning coach. And the guy said to Grayson, do you want me to show you how to make your Copenhagen's harder? And Grayson was kind of like, no, not really, because they're already hard enough. But of course he didn't. He said, sure. And I'm not even sure what they did, but they did something new and exciting with Copenhagen, so stay tuned for that. Okay. We're not going yet. It's hard to know how far apart to space these. The problem with the step is I can't get my underneath leg straight. So you may have a step. Alternatively, you're going to do side plank, okay? With this leg extended, not like what I just did. Okay, Copenhagen's, holding. I suppose I could do this. There we go. I can't talk through these either. We're going to try to do 3 per side, 30 seconds each. Take breaks anytime you need. The other thing is with the Copenhagen's is to use your knee versus your ankle. So your leg is bent, your top leg is bent. Man, 30 seconds is a lot longer than 20. Grayson has 3 times 45 seconds up there. This is so good for like pretty much every muscle in your body, in your core, your hips, your thighs, your glutes, your legs. I mean, you're using it all. Longest 30 seconds, okay. Okay, that's 1 round. Goodness, usually we do 20 seconds at a time with these. I've upped our game. Make sure you're squeezing. Make sure your spine is nice and long. Lifting that side core. My bottom leg just wants to just drop right now. because you're literally using both legs. I'm shaking. Okay, that's all I got. Oh, there's 2 seconds left. Okay, we might not be doing 3 rounds of this. I have him beat on hollow core, which is basically boat. That's his new core exercise he taught me, which of course we do all the time. Oh my God, okay, breathe. We got this, hang on. Gotta be almost there, I can't see the clock. Oh. Okay, we're gonna take a little rest. Take a little rest. We're gonna try one more round. We're just gonna shake that one off first. Anybody else like shaking? My legs are literally trembling on the stuff. Okay, we are gonna do one more round. We're gonna just take a little rest, give him a break for a second, and that'll be it. Awesome session today. We're not done. We're gonna do one more 30-second Copenhagen per side. But we got our glutes today, we got our back, we got our quads and our hamstrings, sorry, our quads and our glutes, and now we're doing kind of like the whole core region with the Copenhagen. So really solid effort today. Okay, in 30 seconds, we're doing our last 2. Okay, so last one each side. I don't know if that break's gonna help us or hurt us. But it's too late now. Okay, getting ready in position. Again, side plank is your option because this is 100% an advanced move. So if this is out of your scope at the moment, don't feel ashamed because it's absolutely killing me right now. 10 seconds, not even. Holding, pressing up, try to dig into that core. Okay. All right, last one. Side plank is going to be effective in a similar way. If you're not quite ready for these, and I would say don't rush. We definitely don't want you pulling a groin muscle, inner thigh. Breathing through it. We got about 8 seconds left. Okay, I'm giving you a huge virtual high five for that. Way to go. Awesome job. Thanks for joining me. And I will see you all next week for our regular scheduled Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Have an awesome week, ladies.